Welcome to InfoSource, a presentation of Berkshire Healthcare Systems, a not-for-profit system of post-acute healthcare services, including long-term care, short-term rehabilitation, independent living, assisted living, memory care programs, and hospice services available to our neighbors and families here in the Berkshires and beyond. I'm one of your hosts, Rachel Colasino, and the guests for today's show are Bill Kittler, Administrator at Kimball Farms Nursing Care Center in Lenox, and Dave Hall, coach of the Berkshire Lightning Girls Track Club. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Rachel.
I'm also happy to introduce my co-host, Jenny Sutherland.
Thank you, Rachel.
And the four of us are actually all members of the Berkshire Healthcare Harvest Run Committee. So the Harvest Run is what we're going to be talking about today. And I can't believe it's that time of year again.
I am so surprised. It seems like we just got finished with last year's and we're starting again, and here it is.
Here it
is. We
is.
have meetings, and it's very nice to work with you guys again. So Saturday, October 18th, on the campus of Berkshire Community College,
That's right.
At 10 a.m. the 5K road race starts, and then 10:45 the kids' 1 mile run starts. And we're very excited about that, Dave, because you're doing a lot to encourage that.
Yep. Hopefully we'll have a good attendance.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about the kids' race later.
We will. Do you want to do our ice?
Why
ice
don't you do
bucket
it,
chat?
Jenny?
Okay. New to the show, gentlemen, is a way to loosen it up a little bit. We have random questions in here. If you wouldn't mind answering one, we'll go with Bill first. Bill, what was the last book you read?
I read, let's see, it was a book about the Kennedy assassination.
Really?
It was very long, and it was about the conspiracy theories.
Okay.
And all the possibilities that weren't investigated, and it was very good.
Do you like reading historical books and things
Love
like
it,
that?
yes.
All right, very good. Dave, are you feeling the pressure that you might have
little bit of
a little
pressure.
pressure,
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to say you read a Dr. Seuss book or something at the last book.
I just haven't read a book ever, really.
Oh, really? Okay. Ooh, this is a long one. When it's raining, do you always use an umbrella, sometimes use an umbrella, or don't even own an umbrella?
I always forget to bring my umbrella.
You always forget
Yeah.
to bring your
I
umbrella.
would use one if I had.
If you had one, so, all right, well, that's good to know. Bill, you use an umbrella, don't you?
Absolutely.
Okay, I saw that coming. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Jenny.
Bill, I'm surprised you didn't pick a running book here. You could have Duel in the Sun.
I know, I was being honest. I really did.
And we should say that in addition to both being on the Harvest Run Committee, you are both running partners, so you run together.
We do,
That's right.
yes.
How long have you been running partners for?
8.
Yeah, probably.
8 years, yeah.
Probably.
Well,
Seems longer.
We've not yet run together.
but we will.
We will.
I'd recommend it, yes.
Bill and I coach together, too, in the Berkshire Lightning.
Oh,
Oh,
fantastic.
Yeah.
that's
It's
great.
a great club, yes.
And that's for high school students?
Middle school and high school.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. And we'll talk more about the kids' race of the Harvest Run a little bit later. So, and we're lucky to have you, Bill, as part of the committee because you actually started the Harvest Run. So can you give us the history of the race?
Sure, absolutely. And the start of the race, you have to go back, it sounds funny, but the turn of the century, this goes back to 2000. And this is an example of where Berkshire Healthcare can take something that looks very ominous and turn it into something that can benefit a lot of people. And the story starts at the end of the 90s. There was a year-over-year decline in nursing graduation rates nationwide, and it was very troubling as operators were very concerned. And at the same time, on the other end, the demographics were showing that there was a huge amount of nurses that were at retirement age. So that compounded the fears. And a lot of operators were wringing their hands. Berkshire Healthcare, same thing, and all us that worked at the nursing homes. And also, at the very same time, there was, the media was reporting that Berkshire Community College were facing steep state cuts, funding cuts. And Berkshire Community College houses the biggest nursing program in Berkshire County. So we as an organization felt we had to do something, and fundraising was on the table. And the idea of starting a race, it started as a road race, that was a thought, was something that we could do to help. And it ended up on my desk at some point, so I put the reason I'm here, I have a small part in this, but I was the one that picked up the phone and called Berkshire Community College because Berkshire Healthcare was totally behind doing this, but Berkshire Community College didn't know about it yet. So I put the call in, and I got somebody in the foundation office, and they invited me up to talk about it, and they were so excited. They called the dean of the nursing program in, and she was overjoyed the fact that she could have extra funding for some things for her nursing students. And the biggest thing at that time were these patient simulation equipment, high-tech dolls that the nursing students could experiment on and practice on to prepare for real world and prepare for their nursing boards. So we put together a committee. Most of the committee was from Berkshire Community College, and we looked at the race calendar, and the fall was light. So we made 4 decisions. We're going to have a fall race. We're going to call it something fall-ish, and that was the birth of the harvest name. We're going to give long sleeve shirts to all the runners. We're going to do it ourselves so we can, that way all the money can go to the college. And finally, the post-race meal will be chili. It was a fall theme, so off we went. And a year later, we had our first run, and it worked. We're off the ground. And Berkshire Healthcare was our only underwriter, and as years went on, we were able to procure a lot more sponsors. I think by the 3rd or 4th year, up to a dozen. And by that time, by the 3rd or 4th year, we had amassed a balance of money that the nursing program could use, and they were able to buy their patient simulation equipment, and now it's in practice. Got it in practice, and they were so happy, and there was money left over where the dean of the nursing program wanted to take that, endow it, and make it a scholarship for the LPN program. So every year at class night, there's a lucky, deserving LPN student who gets a scholarship from this fund they set up, and this is endowed. So I'll be dead and gone. It'll still be going forever, and that's a nice thing for the program, and it's a nice legacy for the race actually. And also that year, about that time, we started the kids run. I know I'll talk a little more about that later. And the nursing students actually started volunteering for the race that year, about that time. So things kind of came full circle, and it felt good. And the Berkshire Community College, Berkshire Healthcare Systems relationship strengthened more about that time when Berkshire Healthcare introduced the Stepping Stone program, which is unbelievable. Then just for the way it works is the Berkshire Healthcare reserved funds for applicants. Anyone that works in the company can apply to go to school to be a nurse, and if they choose to do that and they're accepted, Berkshire Healthcare will pay for everything and accommodate their schedule so they can go, so they get the resources, they get the time, and it really it was just good on so many levels. And I don't know how many people from the company have gone through it, but at Kimball Farms, I'll tell you this, we have 26 nurses, 10 of them came up through the Stepping Stone.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very, very powerful thing that the company did. Then from there we come forward, and Berkshire Healthcare a few years ago put their full muscle behind it and brought in all the affiliates. So over the beginning of this thing, we had one pot of chili. Now we have all the culinary folks from all the local nursing homes that Berkshire Healthcare own are there, and they put on their food display, and it's actually a competition now for the golden ladle. So there's a big thing there for them to shoot for, and the food's really good. And I understand we're getting away from the chili this year, which is okay. And
was it this year? Stew?
Apples. Apple themed.
You
yeah.
could make an apple
Apples in it.
stew or apple chili, but I don't know if they will.
Well, we'll see. There might be something
There
that
could
comes
be.
up.
There
But you
could
wouldn't think you'd want to eat chili after a race, and you'd be wrong. It's fantastic.
Yes,
Especially
the
in
runners love it,
October.
especially in October. And so it's really taking on a big event, festival feel, and the race is now part of a bigger thing. And here's where Berkshire Healthcare came in, and the healthcare in the community is a benefactor. We got rising professionals that can benefit, the patients benefit, and Berkshire Community College benefits. It just on so many levels, this really is a great thing. So that's the history, Rachel.
Thanks,
and,
Bill.
And I'm so glad that Berkshire Healthcare has done so much to make this a great event in the community.
And I want to keep saying this. So this will be October 18th, Berkshire Community College, 5K at 10 a.m. and the kids 1 mile race run by Dave at 10:45. So I just wanted to, I spoke with Berkshire Community College. We work very closely with them on the committee. And Bill, you had mentioned the Hillcrest Commons LPN Club Scholarship, which is the endowed scholarship. And I asked Berkshire Community College what some of the other projects are that they've used the money for that come from the race. And 2 years ago, they used the proceeds to fund an intensive 2-week gerontology workshop for all of their nursing students, and the title was Advanced Clinical Concepts in Geriatric Care. So again, it's great. So, and we touched on the chili. So I know chili, and that involvement of our affiliates here in Berkshire County has grown even more. Jenny mentioned the apples. So this year, in addition to the race, we're having our food contest. And this year, the affiliates have to create something using apples, either sweet or savory. And there's also a secret ingredient.
There is. We'll be unveiling a secret ingredient at 8 a.m. when the affiliates are all set up and cooking their apples, either sweet or savory dish. If they can incorporate our secret ingredient, they get extra points. So we're super excited about that. Along with the apples, we're doing a pumpkin decorating contest. People will be carving or painting pumpkins, and last year the scarecrows went over really well, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the affiliates will do this year.
It's great.
The top secret ingredients come in the briefcase.
We do have a briefcase.
Great. So we're going to take a break. We're going to hear a little bit more about Kimball Farms Nursing
Great.
Care Center. And when we come back, we'll talk about the kids' race with Dave. We'll be right back. Thank you. You okay?
Nestled in a quiet neighborhood just a short walk from the offerings of downtown Lenox and just minutes from Tanglewood, the summer home of the Boston Symphony Orchestra in picturesque western Massachusetts, Kimball Farms Nursing Care Center offers you the best of both worlds. It's a locally run facility staffed by dedicated healthcare professionals from the central Berkshire area. And it's backed by the expertise and resources of Berkshire Healthcare, the largest nonprofit long-term care provider in the area. Kimball Farms Nursing Care Center is part of the Kimball Farms Life Care Retirement Community that includes independent living, Pine Hill Assisted Living, and the Life Enrichment Program for those with Alzheimer's disease or related memory impairments. Berkshire Healthcare is committed to fulfilling the health and residential needs of the people in the communities we serve. Kimball Farms is a proud recipient of the American Healthcare Association's National Quality Award. The Quality Awards recognize members' commitment to performance excellence by continuously demonstrating ever-improving value to residents and other customers. The Bronze, Silver, and Gold Awards recognize overall organizational effectiveness and capabilities and champion organizational and personal learning. At Kimball Farms, we pride ourselves on our deep commitment to our community. We offer a broad range of nursing home services, including short-term rehabilitation, skilled nursing, long-term care, and hospice and respite care services. We also provide services that fill specific needs of the community, like our Alzheimer's program, dedicated to individualized care, maintaining dignity, and the highest quality of life for these residents. We proudly offer an elegant, home-like setting that allows our residents the comforts they expect while providing the care they need, including fine dining in our graciously appointed dining room, beautiful outdoor space, ample activities, and private family space. At the heart of it all is a focus on the body, mind, and spirit. Our rehab services include physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our licensed therapy professionals help restore and maintain the body by focusing on helping our residents improve strength and mobility in order to participate in the activities they most enjoy. These services are provided up to 7 days a week when ordered by a physician. Kimball Farms is more than a place to live. It's a place to enjoy each day to the fullest. Our activities program focuses on the mind and spirit of our residents by offering engaging leisure and recreational activities, arts and crafts, music, discussion groups, exercise sessions, religious services, and cultural community outings and more. Each resident and patient at Kimball Farms receives the highest quality care delivered by our dedicated staff members working as a team. From the nursing staff to our front office personnel, everyone is enthusiastic about the role he or she plays in the lives of the people who entrust us with their care. Our staff is committed to providing compassionate care, using teamwork as their guiding principle. We're dedicated to treating each person with dignity, recognizing their individual needs, goals, and preferences. We create a care plan for each person, focused on helping them achieve the highest level of independence and quality of life. At Kimball Farms Nursing Care Center, we're perfecting the art of superior care. If you or a loved one need short-term rehab, extra care after a hospital stay, or a nursing supervised full-time living arrangement, we invite you to tour and meet our staff. See firsthand how we enhance the lives of those we serve. To make arrangements or get more information, call 413-637-5011. We look forward to meeting you.
Welcome back. Jenny Sutherland, our co-host, took a little break to go work on the secret ingredients for the food contest. So we're here talking about our Berkshire Healthcare Harvest Run, which will be October 18th at Berkshire Community College starting at 10 a.m. And this year, we've done kids race before, but we brought in Dave Hall to really focus on the kids race this year. So first of all, Dave, it's your first time on the committee. We're lucky to have you. We're honored to have you. From the first meeting, you really made a difference when you talked about how important this kids race is. So I want to start there. What is so special about this kids race?
Well, it's a nice venue for a kids race. It's all on grass or through the trails. The course lays out very nice. And we put a lot of extra special stuff in there. Like we have medals for the winners, but I like to do medals at every age, every single age. So they'll be from age 5 on up to age 12.
For boys and girls.
Boys and girls, first, second, and third. So we have a lot of medals to give away. And on top of that, we're also going to have finisher ribbons as well. So every finisher gets a ribbon, in addition to a chance at some, at these medals.
And it's a 1 mile race.
1 mile, we're going to roll it, so it'll be very accurately marked.
Good.
And we'll keep everybody's time. We'll publish that right after the race, so you can compare your time with whatever you had last year or next year.
And that's different too, because last year we said we had our 1 mile kids race and it was approximately 1 mile.
Right,
so
right.
Why is it important to keep the distance so accurate?
Well, I run a track team, and the girls on my track team know what their mile times are. And they like to compare, how well they did at the beginning of the season with how well they've done at the end of the season.
Makes a difference.
So, they can see their own progress as they go through.
And I've heard you talk about, too, the validation of what the kids can accomplish. Running a mile is a big deal.
It's a big deal. I tell my girls, there's probably only, 5 or 6% of America that can run a mile without stopping.
That's true.
And you're in that select group right now.
That's true. So at the first meeting that you came to, our committee meeting, again, you wanted it to not be a run, you wanted it to be a race for the kids. And you talked about the awards, the finisher ribbons and the medals. And we're also building a podium for the award ceremony.
Well, yeah, somebody's putting together a podium, so it'll
Yep.
be kind of fun. We'll just kind of look like the Olympics out there. We won't do the national anthem on each one, but we present the first, second, and third of that particular age, and everybody gives them a big cheer. And
Yeah, it's
we
special.
award their medals, and I think they have a lot of fun with it.
Great. And then the course too it's all on grass, and it seems like the entire course is going to be visible to the spectators.
Well, I like to have a part of it not visible.
Okay, tell us
you
about
don't,
that.
You don't quite know what's happening in the, as they're racing, or where they all are. They'll disappear for a little bit, and then they'll pop back out of the woods and have a nice long run to the finish line. But I think that's sort of one of the hallmarks of a good course is the runners should be visible most of the time, but you need a little section where everybody's suspense is building, yes.
And so we're going to start the 5K at 10 a.m. and the 1 mile race will start at 10:45.
Yep.
We're going to have somebody who's going to take the kids through a warm-up.
Be a little warm-up session. I'll probably begin about 10:30 or so.
Okay.
They'll do a big circle and get them all warmed up.
Great. And then you talked a little bit about the Berkshire Lightning, the middle school track club. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. I founded that, it was a long time ago. My daughter, who just graduated from college, was going into 6th grade. So you can add that up. She enjoyed running, and I'd read about a team over in New York State that had started with 6th graders and ended up forming on a real nice team. And so that's what we did. We had 8 girls the first year. And then I think the second year, I think Bill joined us with his oldest daughter, who is in college now.
Yeah, that's right.
And she was probably a 5th grader at the time, and it's been kind of nice having Bill help me out. Bill was kind enough to space out his daughter, so he still has a daughter in middle school, so he's been with me the entire time.
I'll be there a while, yeah. And gladly, it's a good program.
But it's a lot of fun. Well, we had probably had more than 80 girls join this summer, and I'll get practices with as many, well over 50, all out there running, and they get in great shape. And we'll see some at this race for sure.
Oh, great.
Yep.
That's great. We have talked before about, I'm a runner myself, and we've talked before about the importance of building that foundation for kids as running as a sport that you can take with you through your entire life. Do you see this race as contributing to that?
I think so. I think a race is a good way to keep you motivated. You know, when you start to run, obviously these girls will be on high school teams, whether it's running or soccer or volleyball or whatever. But I think once they graduate from high school or college, you have a lot of those sports opportunities. And this is running is a sport where you can compete, up until you're 90 years old. And it's also interesting. It's a sport where you can be in the same race as the Olympic champion. I mean, there's no other sport where you and the Olympic champion are on the starting line at the same time.
Right, right.
And so it has a wide range of appeal. So I think it's good. I think a lot of people don't race because they've never raced before, but the kids who do this race, they'll have a race under their belts, and they'll know what it's all about.
And they know they can do it too.
And they know they can do it. Yep.
That's great. And did we talk about the donuts, the cider donuts?
Yeah. Well, kids need a little motivation. In the summertime, it's freeze pops. Kids will run any distance for a freeze pop. We're going to see how the donuts work. I haven't done that yet, but I'm imagining that's going to bring them out.
Everybody gets a cider donut.
You finish the race, here's your ribbon, here's your cider donut.
Good, great. Thank you both. So I want to give the information again, October 18th at Berkshire Community College. The 5K starts at 10 a.m. The kids' 1 mile race starts at 10:45.
Perfect.
Thank you both for being here.
Well, thank you,
Thanks,
Rachel.
Rachel.
This has been InfoSource, a presentation of Berkshire Healthcare Systems.